Welcome to This Explainer. We're jumping right into one of the most high-stakes, absolutely fascinating storylines in pro football right now. We're talking about the 2026 redemption arc of Carolina Panthers quarterback Bryce Young. Seriously, all eyes across the league are zeroing in on this guy. I mean, he came into the NFL with these sky-high expectations, and somehow, heading into this season, the pressure is actually even higher. But, and this is the kicker, it's accompanied by this totally newfound confidence. So, the big question, could this finally be the year he proves, without a doubt, that he's the definitive franchise guy? Let's get into it.
Section 1. To really wrap our heads around where Bryce Young is today, we've got to rewind a bit. We have to go back to the 2023 draft, back when he was the absolute, undeniable #1 overall pick.
Back at the University of Alabama, Young was, well, an absolute prodigy. He didn't just play well, right? He established himself as this unstoppable, totally dominant force. He was unequivocally one of the best quarterbacks in the entire landscape of college football. He commanded the field with this crazy level of maturity. It had scouts practically foaming at the mouth about his professional future.
And he absolutely backed up all that hype with hardware, taking home the prestigious Heisman Trophy. But honestly, it was how he won it that really mattered. We're talking about a guy throwing with just exceptional accuracy into these impossibly tight windows. He was out there processing insanely complex defensive schemes with elite football intelligence. And, he demonstrated the kind of proven leadership you desperately want in those high-pressure situations that college football throws at you.
But that immense college hype kind of crashed headfirst into a really harsh NFL reality. Transitioning to the pros, it was a literal baptism by fire. Young had to grapple with the blinding speed of NFL defenses, which is a massive jump, and then compound that with injuries, a constantly revolving door of coaches, and an incredibly inconsistent offense. It was just a super turbulent environment for any rookie trying to find his footing.
Yet, right in the middle of all that chaos, there were these undeniable flashes of brilliance. He didn't just fold up and quit. He routinely showed glimpses of that raw talent that made him so coveted in the first place. He maintained this incredible poise under intense pressure and kept making smart decisions, even when the pocket was literally collapsing around him. And those moments, those gave Panthers fans some very real reasons to stay optimistic.
You see, his saving grace has always been his elite football IQ. Instead of just leaning on raw arm strength or, flashy athleticism, Young outsmarts the opposition. It's like a giant chess match for him. He excels at reading defenses, processing everything in a split second, and delivering accurate passes under duress. And those specific traits, they earned him the deep respect of the locker room, even during the team's absolute darkest stretches.
Okay, so fast forward to the 2026 training camp, and wow, the narrative has completely flipped. That early career turbulence we just talked about, it seems to be giving way to real, actual stability. The reports coming out of camp are overwhelmingly consistent. Bryce Young is looking more comfortable and way more in control than ever before. And we aren't just hearing generic coach-speak praise here. We are seeing tangible day-to-day development. He's building this really noticeable chemistry with his receivers, and he's operating with total authority at the line of scrimmage. That improved command has earned him so much more trust from the coaching staff. You can literally see his daily confidence growing with every single rep he takes. The whole atmosphere around the team has shifted. The buzz around camp right now is completely defined by this growing confidence and, honestly, higher expectations than ever before. Analysts, fans, everybody, they're starting to really believe that with an organized offense and a comfortable quarterback at the helm, 2026 is primed to be his long-awaited breakout.
So all this practice momentum brings us right to the brink of a crucial live-action test, the preseason matchup against the Arizona Cardinals. This is it. This is the golden opportunity to take all that behind-the-scenes progress and finally unleash it against an actual opposing defense. It's that critical next step before the games truly start counting.
Now look, we all know the caveat, right? Exhibition game scores absolutely do not affect the regular season standings. But make no mistake, the value here is immense. Every single snap matters. It matters for developing rhythm, for mastering timing, and crucially, for stress testing that newfound confidence in a totally live game environment. When he steps onto that field, he is going to be completely under the microscope. Whether it's just a few scripted drives or he plays an entire quarter against Arizona, you can guarantee every single throw, every read, and every audible will be fiercely evaluated. Everyone, coaches, fans, analysts across the league, they'll be dissecting whether this training camp hype is actually the real deal. Because let's be honest, the ultimate goal here isn't just to have a solid preseason.
The whole reason he was drafted #1 overall is to prove he is the franchise cornerstone. The guy who can finally transform the Carolina Panthers into true, formidable playoff contenders. That is the incredibly heavy mantle he carries this year.
So, as we wrap up this explainer on what's been a pretty rocky but incredibly promising journey so far, we're left staring down one massive, exciting question for 2026. Is Bryce Young finally ready for his breakout season? Will his elite football IQ and all those camp improvements conquer the early struggles, or are the NFL growing pains going to continue? You're definitely going to want to keep an eye on every snap because the answer is about to unfold.